Before 1999, couples of the same sex were not recognized as legitimate couples with legal and financial benefits. As of 1999, common law relationships of the same sex were recognized legally so that both parties could receive benefits. In 2005, Canada became the fourth country in the world, the first outside of Europe, to legally recognize same-sex marriages federally. Before the Civil Marriage Act passed in Parliament, 8 provinces and 1 territory recognized same-sex marriages provincially. As of 2015, 17 countries worldwide recognize same-sex marriages as legal and legitimate marriages.
The fight for gay marriage equality can be looked at as a fight between the id, the ego, and the superego. By looking at the world as a society and Canada as an individual, there's an eternal debate on what society or the rest of the world deems normal, which is illegal gay marriage, and the personal desire of the Canadian citizens, which is to legalize gay marriage federally. With only 3 other countries with marriage equality, the Canadian government debated on whether they should listen to the social norms in their superego or go against these norms and listen to their id. Looking at Maslow's hierarchy of needs, with self-actualization at the top, by allowing gay marriage to be recognized, the Canadian government allowed more homosexual Canadians to climb the period to reach self-actualization and acceptance.
Social media in particular has given a greater voice to the LGBT communities around the world. Other social media campaigns by LGBT activists to raise awareness for the cause include an initiative started by the Human Rights Campaign, which encouraged marriage equality supporters to change their Facebook profile pictures to the Human Rights Campaign equality logo. Many people, especially young teens who don't know how to find help, turn to social media such as Twitter or Tumblr for support and guidance, such as a recent suicide case in Ohio of a transgender teenager, Leila Alcorn, grasped society's attention for a change due to a lifetime in a homophobic and unaccepting household and state. Leila expressed herself on Tumblr, which is also where she posted her suicide note. The United States is commonly known as the land of the free, though Canada is the 5th country to completely legalize and be more accepting towards same-sex marriage.
Inclusionism recognizes ethnic diversity within society. The beliefs and ideals of the majority will be represented by the elected government. Before the same-sex law passed in 2005, the majority religious group among Canadians was Catholic at 83%, who rejected homosexuality and same-sex marriage. Over the years, immigration has created many ethnic groups with different beliefs. In a 2011 census, it was found that the largest religious group was still Catholic, but it had dropped to 39% of Canadians. 24% of Canadians declared to have no religious affiliation, while 4% were Islam. In 2012, 5% of Canadians openly identified themselves as gay, and 74% of Canadians personally knew either an open or closeted gay person. Since there is no majority religious group, the majority of Canadians are free to form their own opinions on same-sex marriage.
Structuralism is the study of how different rules are formed within different cultures, labeling what is good and what is bad, acceptable and unacceptable. These standards change based on context, as we can see when we apply them to gay marriage. Structuralists believe that the human mind sorts everything into binary opposites and base pairs. The pair of husband and wife, an acceptable match in society, was, until 2005, the only legal union between two people. A culture's institutions and the human brain are based upon these pairings, and it would be considered breaking them if two people of the same sex were to be married. To the majority of humans, it may not seem natural or productive for two people of the same sex to be married. Before gay marriage was legalized in Canada, homosexuals' rights and representations were very limited. Until 2005, gay marriage was wrong and not accepted by society. Today, in Canadian culture, gay marriage is no longer wrong, and it should be accepted, but not everyone is of the same opinion. The idea of acceptable and unacceptable varies from person to person, depending on their personal culture, religion, or beliefs. Their beliefs can vary depending on context. For example, some people may believe that it is okay to be gay, just as long as you don't get married. Others may believe that being gay is a complete sin and is completely unnatural and unacceptable. These rules tend to be based on patterns in society. Biologically, it is more common for a man to be sexually attracted to a woman and vice versa. However, it is also biologically possible, of course, for two people of the same sex to be attracted to each other. It is not as common, however, because in order to reproduce, there must be a sexual interaction between a male and a female. Cultural materialism is the impact that technology and the economy have on a society. Different types of technology and economic practices have a large impact on how society functions, varying from culture to culture. Lack of reproduction is the largest economic repercussion. Most married or unmarried heterosexual couples have children. Natural reproduction is one of the biggest effectors for the economy. In simplistic terms, the more reproduction there is, the more the economy is boosted. Homosexual couples can have children either by adoption or artificial pregnancies, such as artificial insemination. Adoption is common among same-sex couples, but this does not really contribute to the population growth. As technology advances, this allows word to spread much faster through the use of social networking, online newspapers, etc. In some cases, many families are sheltered to the idea of homosexuality in general, but inventions such as the internet have allowed us a better understanding. There are many movements online in support of gay marriage, and even though it is now legal, parts of the population still don't believe it is acceptable. In a society as developed as Canada's, a higher population strengthens the economy, and this issue has come to light through the use of the population's more advanced technology.